My world shattered on the day of my mother-in-law's funeral. That's when I discovered my husband's horrible secret. I never could have imagined that after burying my beloved mother-in-law, I would be mourning the loss of my own marriage. But here I am. It all happened so fast. First, my mother-in-law suddenly fell ill and passed away. And then, just like that, I had to plan her funeral and support my husband through his grief. At first, it seemed like we were doing well. He leaned on me for comfort, and I did my best to be the supportive daughter-in-law. But as the funeral approached, I began to notice strange things. On the day of the funeral, I was surrounded by family and friends, all united in their grief. As I stood there listening to the eulogies being given, I felt a sense of pride knowing that my mother-in-law had lived a good life and was loved by many. It was during this time that I began to feel a growing sense of unease. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I tried to focus on the task at hand, supporting my husband and honoring my mother-in-law's memory. But the more I tried to push away the unsettling feeling, the more it grew. That's when I noticed an older woman I didn't recognize, standing awkwardly by the back wall. She was thin and frail, with gray hair pulled tightly into a bun. Her eyes were fixed on my husband, and there was something about her demeanor that made me uncomfortable. Before I could dwell on it any further, the funeral procession began. As we followed the hearse to the cemetery, my eyes kept darting back to the old woman. I couldn't help but wonder who she was and what she was doing there. As the funeral ended and the guests began to leave, I found myself lingering behind. I needed some time to process everything that had happened, and the old woman was nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, a hand touched my shoulder, and I turned around to find my husband staring at me with concern in his eyes. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice filled with genuine worry. I stammered, trying to collect my thoughts. "I just need a minute," I said finally, hoping he would understand that I needed some time alone. He nodded slowly, still with a hint of concern on his face, and he walked away. Just as I let out a shaky breath, the old woman appeared beside me. She was holding out an envelope, and her gnarled hands trembled slightly. "For you," she whispered, her voice raspy and weak. "What?" I asked, taken aback by her sudden appearance and the mysterious envelope. "Please," she urged, pressing the envelope into my hand. "You deserve the truth." Then, without another word, she turned and shuffled away, disappearing into the crowd. I stood there frozen, the envelope heavy in my hand. I stared at it for a moment, unsure of what to do. Curiosity battled with apprehension within me. What could be in that envelope? Why did she give it to me? And who was that strange old woman? Despite my hesitation, my curiosity got the better of me. I knew I had to open it. My fingers trembled as I tore open the envelope. Inside, I found a folded piece of paper. With trembling hands, I unfolded it and began to read. The words were written in my mother-in-law's familiar handwriting, and they sent a chill down my spine. "Mark has not been faithful," it read. "He has been seeing someone else for months. I know because I saw them together. I confronted him, but he denied it. He's a liar and a cheat. Don't trust him." My heart pounded in my chest, and I felt like the ground beneath me was crumbling. Could this be true? Had my husband been cheating on me all this time? I looked up to see the old woman watching me intently. She was now closer, and I could see the sadness and disappointment etched on her face. It was clear that she had known my mother-in-law well. Suddenly, everything made sense. The cryptic phone calls my mother-in-law had received, the late nights my husband had spent at work, the sudden change in our relationship. I felt betrayed and heartbroken. As the realization of my husband's infidelity washed over me, I couldn't help but question everything. How could I have been so blind? Had my husband been cheating on me for years? Was that why my mother-in-law had called me earlier that day? Had she wanted to tell me the truth before it was too late? I was overwhelmed with a deep sense of betrayal and grief. That night, as I lay in bed next to my supposedly faithful husband, I felt nothing but emptiness. I couldn't sleep. My mind raced with questions and accusations. Why did my mother-in-law keep secrets from me? Why did she wait until now to tell me about Mark's infidelity? And how could I have been so deceived all this time? I tossed and turned, unable to find a comfortable position. The silence in the room was deafening, broken only by my own ragged breathing. As the hours passed, I made the decision to confront my husband. I sat him down and asked him directly, "Is it true? Has he been cheating on me all this time?" His face drained of color and he looked away, unable to meet my gaze. In that moment, I knew the truth. He had betrayed me. Although he confessed everything, apologizing profusely, saying he was sorry that he never meant for things to go this far, it didn't change anything. I was hurt and angry. I couldn't understand how someone I loved so much could deceive me in such a profound way. My entire world felt like it was crumbling down around me. The days that followed were a blur. I felt numb with grief and anger. I couldn't eat or sleep properly, and every waking moment was filled with the pain of betrayal. My friends and family rallied around me, offering their support and condolences. They listened as I poured out my heart, sharing the secrets that had been eating away at my soul. Their presence was a source of comfort, but it couldn't erase the pain in my chest. I found myself constantly replaying past conversations in my mind, searching for clues that I had missed. But the more I thought about it, the more confused I became. Now, I was wondering, had my mother-in-law known about my husband's infidelity for a long time? Why didn't she tell me sooner? And why did she wait until her dying days to reveal it? Every night I lie in the darkness of my bedroom, staring at the ceiling above me. I try to piece together the fragments of my broken marriage, but it feels impossible. I keep asking myself why. Why did my mother-in-law hide this from me? Why did my husband betray me? And most importantly, how can I move forward from this point? I don't know if I should forgive him or walk away. If you were in my place, what would you do? Please tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more content.